Alright, the AC on this 2010 Outback is underperforming. It's not doing so hot, so to speak. I read online we should be at something like, in the 30s and 50s degrees Fahrenheit range. But it's not doing that great. It's still in the 60s. So we're going to give it a go and try to put in a can of refrigerant and see if the silver bullet helps. To put refrigerant into your 2010 Outback or any Outback or Subaru from this era, you're going to want to find the low pressure pipe, signified here by the L for low, and you unscrew that and you'll see this valve right here. Don't put it in the high pressure one that looks similar. It won't work in there. It might not even ingest the refrigerant. You need the low pressure one. So just unscrew the L cap, L for low, set it aside for now. Before you put it in, make sure the engine is running, the AC is on, it's set to low temperature, the lowest temperature it'll go, and recirculate, the little button with the orange circle. AC on, engine on, recirculate, fan on, and the lowest temperature your car will go. Then you got to read the bottle you get of refrigerant very carefully. You can pick this up at most Autoport stores. Almost everyone has a refrigeration recharge kit. I like the ones that say stops leaks, so if your car was leaking originally, the leak stopper might help, or at least prolong the expensive repair later. Read the instructions on the can. You need to read the instructions. They're very specific sometimes, and I'll show you this one here. You gotta remove the cap, blah, 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 but it really matters reading the instructions because you have to know how to hold the can. Sometimes they need to be upside down. Sometimes you need to shake them first. Sometimes you need to hold them sideways. Sometimes you need to shake them like this and rotate them as the refrigerant is going into the car. So you have to pay attention. You can't just walk away and let it fill up. You got to be managing this, so read the instructions first. It's different for every can sometimes. After thoroughly reading the instructions on your can, you are ready to place the connector to the low side pressure port. Alright, on this one you unlock it, and on this one, when the AC compressor cycles on, is when I can pull the trigger on this. Okay, here we go. You can tell the AC compressor because these high pressure lines are going to it, and it's spinning, so ours is on. The can will get cold, sometimes very cold. That's normal. And continue like this per the directions on your bottle. In this case, it wants me to continue until the gauge reads between 25 and 55 degrees, or PSI rather. As I'm squeezing the trigger and emptying this bottle, the gauge indicator went from 20 PSI, now it's up to about 32 PSI. Can's getting cold, of course, as expected. It feels a lot lighter. That's expected as well. Alright, we've emptied the canister of refrigerant, and now, as you can see, the same vent is much cooler, much cooler, 20 degrees cooler, almost, so I think it worked. We're in good shape now. The can is really lightweight, really cold, doesn't seem to be changing much. This is within the 25 to 55 PSI spec of the canister recommendations for where the pressure should be, so it went from 20 to about 30, and that's good. I'll just try to get every last ounce out of here because I'm a cheapskate, but I think it's fixed. Well, thanks for watching the Might Have Matter YouTube channel yet again. Please stay tuned for more EV road trips and DIY car repair tips as well.